That nigga paid up 30 mil. Fuck, bro. Nigga paid up 30 mil when he know he ain't did shit. Fuck that. I feel like I couldn't do it, bro. This nigga Shannon.
All right,
Sharpe,
so
bro.
boom. Shay, Shannon Sharpe, I am so
couldn't do it,
incredibly
bro.
disappointed
30
in
mil
you,
and
and we're
you
going
ain't
to get into
do
that in a
shit?
little
Come
bit.
on, bro.
But for those who are unaware, let me catch you up to
Fuck
speed.
that.
Shannon Sharpe's lawsuit that was levied
I
against...
get you gotta like a, you know what I'm saying? You're like, you gotta maintain your image in the public. But most niggas already knew he probably ain't do that shit. But then like, bro, I ain't gonna lie, like they was on that nigga ass in the comments or some shit. But it's like, bro, 30 mil, bro, I'm not
wanton
paying.
wench harlot.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm not paying that, bro. You gonna have to see me, cause like, bro, I ain't gonna lie, that nigga was wilding on that phone call. That nigga was like, I'm gonna choke the shit out you.
For $50 million. You know damn well you wasn't gonna get that much money, but it apparently has been settled for an undisclosed amount, right? And we all
because originally, I think it was like 50 mil she was suing that nigga for. So I mean, 30 is better than 50, but bro, 30 mil, bro, come on.
This was a shakedown. We all knew this was a situation where a horned out, incredibly lustful man done got with the wrong harlot, and now you paying the consequence, the ignorance tax, if you will. I'll answer the long part first rather than delaying the entire situation as to why he would go and settle.
Nigga dead ass don't even be doing
it's pretty simple, like, right? Better to pay this money now and make that money back on the back end than to be in a situation where you drag this out, win, but ultimately take a loss. Because call it what it is. What's the most important thing to Shannon? His image, right? So you already know, especially if you were to use the Diddy case as a reference.
Like, I understand why he paid it, but this is like, bro. But see, the thing I'm trying to like, oh yeah, he not on ESPN no more because of the allegations. And then it's like, bro, he already got his own shit. So I ain't gonna lie, that Club Shay shit, and then like all the other shit he be doing on the side, bro, I would not, bro. Come on, bro. But then again, but no, fuck that, bro. Cause you gotta think about it, nigga. I already have 30 mil. That means I have more money than that. If I ain't tripping on the 30 mil I'm finna give you, why the fuck would I pay you 30 mil when I could just keep the money and wait this shit out, bro? Because either way it go, nigga, I got 30 mil. Even if I don't make no more money, I'm cool.
Shannon was doing what Diddy was doing. But what do we now all know about Diddy? He is a sexual deviant, right? Shannon has had, for all intents and purposes, a clean-cut image in the realm of, you know, coital affairs, with the exception of when we went on Instagram Live. Outside of that, you always heard Shannon present himself as somebody who's not getting into all of the super sort of kinks. He's not doing the toes. He ain't dealing with no sort of anilingus.
I mean, I you know, behind closed doors, it's all considered making love. But yeah. I mean, but what we draw the line though, Joe? You don't be like when you don't suck. Never mind. You know, it's a kid friendly.
Yes, hey, Joe.
You better have some pig feet or some chicken feet. That's the only thing I'm sucking on there. Going to
freaked out, bro.
You don't suck on the toe, huh?
Come on, man. Come on, Ocho.
Listen, you know where it normally exit, but you never enter. That's when you put the whipped cream. You hear me?
And you put your mouth there.
Yeah, put your mouth, boy, your whole face, boy. What you
Ocho, I got it. Okay.
I ain't gonna lie, they do be freaked out on that podcast, bro. I ain't gonna lie, I be watching.
On the back, I get the front part.
Right.
But come on, Ocho,
especially if y'all ever seen the live shows, Unc be tripping.
I guess you right around the corner. Slip of the tongue ain't nobody fault, Ocho. You right around the corner.
Nah, but listen, the goddamn taint ain't never this big, boy. You never lick no ass?
Oh.
And that's all well and good, but remember, in the midst of the lawsuit, what did she try to present it as? As if he took advantage of her. And in the text messages, you saw a situation where she was talking about $25,000 per cheek, which was ridiculous. You had moments in which you had Shannon Sharpe talk about having collars. There's a bits of race play that's in there, talking about
Bro, Unc is freaky.
Where she was talking about $25,000 per cheek, which was ridiculous. You had
and give me one cheek. That's all I need. $25,000 a cheek. I only need one.
Moments in which you had Shannon Sharpe talk about having collars. There's a bits of race play that's in there, talking about destroying her
crazy, nigga. I know about you, nigga.
Area, whatever the case just so happens to be. You don't want a situation in which all of this sexual deviancy comes to the light, because now it changes the way that the populace would view you. Albeit, whenever you want to do something in the bedroom, that's amongst yourself and whoever it is that you're dealing with. That ain't our business.
I ain't gonna lie, you gotta think about it, bro. This nigga is freaked out, bro. Like, before this. Alright, okay, the gay shit, like, niggas just on his ass because he too big to be in that tight ass. Bro, he too big to be in that tight shit. But that's just another story. Bro, he was on IG Live clapping cheeks, and then this comes out, and then after what he just heard with the race playing shit, bro, Uncle's a freak, bro.
But once it comes to the public eye, it opens you up to judgment. And at the end of the day, people who are consuming his content are going to feel a particular way about him. And there will be some people.
I feel like nobody really, besides for like probably the women, nobody really cared. Because most people knew, right? It was fake, but like, it be them, you know what I mean?
Hear stuff like that and say, you know what? Maybe I don't want to consume this content anymore and leave. So Shannon ultimately choosing to go and settle and not have that kind of information come out is probably something that led to
nigga get with a white woman, people tripping. A black woman get with a white man, it's empowerment. You get a white woman, shut your bitch ass.
Decision to do so.
And I got you on face down, my knee in your back, and I got you crying.
Hey, what this nigga talking about, bro? What is this nigga on?
Crying like a you know what.
And again, let's just probably something that led to his decision to do so.
And I got you on face down, my knee in your back, and I got you crying like a you know what.
And again, let's establish the reason why I said I was so disappointed in Shannon was primarily because
he ain't
you can't
his
be
own
at this
case
age and be so horned out to where you're blind of what these opportunists are here to do. You met this girl when she was 19 years old in a gym, right? So if you wanted to go and engage in the court of affairs, all right, cool. But when
old is that nigga? Like, I gotta be what, 50 something, 60? Nah. I ain't finna do no research, but
you're now lining her pockets. You're doing these crazy activities, and you're not.
I ain't gonna lie. Like, I don't know, bro. That's a little weird though. Damn, girl, you just 19. Like, that's how I look at that shit. Like, bro, I'm 56. You wasn't even born when I was. Like, that's how that shit seemed, bro.
Recognizing this is a possibility of what can happen, because the moment that the girl was involved in OnlyFans, I don't know how long she was involved in it since she's put out a statement.
She retired from OnlyFans too. That's how you know she was going after that check. Well, I mean, I was gonna say I can't blame her, but it's like, nah, you made up some weird shit, and then bro settled for that, and then like, bro, that shit's fucked.
Statement saying she's retiring, and I'll get to that in a bit, but you should have already known the writing is on the wall. You engage in your court of affairs, you out, right? But instead, you wanted to keep things going to where it was a 2-year relationship, situationship, if you will. You knew damn well you wasn't gonna go wife shorty up, let alone have a long-term relationship with her. You were with her primarily for the race play and then ultimately with the court of affairs. Why would you put yourself in this position knowing that you're trying to go and build an empire? Because the reason why Shannon would feel so comfortable saying, all right, I'll settle this now.
Oh no, he do have kids, okay.
Now, and avoid having to deal with going towards a trial where he would have probably inevitably won, but ultimately you'd have to suffer the consequence of the public now being aware of your sexual deviancy and everything else that comes with that, right?
Yeah,
he wants to ultimately.
I feel like once you get freaked out to a certain point, bro, it gets to a point to where, like, bro, that shit bound to come out. Like, cause, bro, you just doing too much, bro.
Be able to cash out and receive a multiple 8-figure, potentially 9-figure deal for either A, his podcast, or B, his entirety of Shay Shay Media. Because you've heard Shannon talk about this numerous times on both Nightcap and then also on Club Shay Shay as well. His episode that he did with Cat Williams is probably the most viewed American singular podcast episode in the history of YouTube. And if it's not the most, it's in the top 5. They broke a record for the most views in 24 hours upon a release of a podcast. It's alleged that he made $6 million from that episode alone. Whatever the case just so happens to be, you've heard Shannon talk about the amount of money that Joe Rogan had made when it was like $100 million deal from Spotify. Then they doubled back, gave him like $250 million, $250 million. You had Alex Cooper and Call Her Daddy get like a $60 million deal or something like that. I forget where it was. And maybe it was Spotify, maybe it was Barstool. Whatever the case was, they left from there. Then she left from there. And that
nigga need to get on a podcast, start saying anything. Cause fuck. Yeah, I need that money.
She got like $100 million deal from wherever the hell it is that she's doing her podcast now. You got a ton of these different podcasts getting all kinds of money. New Heights with the Kelseys. What was it, $100 million deal? Shannon had talked about all of these on his individual shows, and furthermore talked about how that's the goal for what it is that he's trying to build. So you don't want to be in a situation in which now you're turning viewers away, you're turning sponsors away, because they'll look at you like, oh, hold on, wait a minute, this guy was involved in some odd things. Now, albeit
he paid it.
You have shady characters that's been able to go and do a ton of incredibly lucrative deals, but at the end of the day, for Shannon, why take the risk, right? So better to pay now and then make that money on the back end. And I believe this probably settled for anywhere between, I want to say 15, actually no, 15 would be too low, because given the lawyer that this harlot, courtesan, wanton wench enlisted, this is what he does. So he's probably going to take anywhere between, what's the percentages that lawyers would probably take? Anywhere, what about like 30, 40, 50 some percent? 50 is probably a crazy amount. Maybe about like 35, 40 some percent, right? And they won. So who knows if that includes, I should say increases the amount that he'd be able to go and get. So they probably end up settling for maybe about 20 to 30 some million. So he could at least get at floor 10 mil in his pocket. So she's in a situation where you now put all this money into her pocket because you just couldn't find somebody else to go and sleep with. And now look at you. Shorty put out this post saying she's retiring from OnlyFans, not gonna make that content no more. Why? Because you just handed this harlot generational wealth because you couldn't keep it in your pants, or at least deal with somebody who wouldn't have done you like.
I see why you paid it, but again, bro, man, I'm not paying that, bro.
Oh my gosh, fuck. That was
bro, this who he... Come on, Man, no, he could have. Come on, bro. It's a way. Come on, bro.
crazy. Oh my god.
Come on, bro. Like, bro, I ain't gonna lie. This shit pissed me off when I looked at her face again, bro. Hey, bro, lock in, man. Tighten up.
Oh my god. Thank you, Hunt, for this shit.
You're wrong. I've never been somebody to sit around and be on somebody out your league or whatever the case is. But let's call it what it is. Shannon Sharpe is a 3-time Super Bowl champion, Hall of Famer, incredibly recognizable. You could have literally got anybody. You about to miss out on tens of millions of dollars, literally. Anywhere between 20 and 30 million. And I could still be wrong, and it could be more, right? Because I don't believe it's going to be anything lower than...
They could have been fucking around here. Miss B nasty, but this week
15 million that they settled for, right? And it could mess around and be more. Because remember, she
Gooner ball knowledge.
Let it slip that Shannon had offered 10 million initially, and they turned that down and said, yo, we're going to try to see if we could go and get 50, right? So she turned down 10. There's no way you turn down 10. You'll be like, oh, we'll take 15. They definitely want to at least double or nothing, or then way more, right? Whatever the case may be. You mean to tell me you couldn't get nobody else?
That's what
I ain't saying Shorty's hideous.
She not,
but again,
it's like
20 mil for that? Come on, bro. Come on, fam.
Come on,
and I've said
bro.
time and time again, whatever you want to do behind closed doors, that's your business. But now once it comes to the global platform, which is the internet, comes across my desk, it's not my business. And again, if you was putting out an image of being somebody who's not gonna find yourself in these situations, because remember, Shannon had been on the record talking about how he had never slept over at another woman's house in 30 plus years. He had dealt with women who had him in crazy situations in the past. All you did was essentially show you haven't learned from your mistakes.
Yeah, he'd be capping.
You have all of these different sort of mentors, you have all of these different sort of resources, and you continue to make the same mistake. And I would hope moving forward, he doesn't find himself in a situation like this again. Because just think about, like, this girl just came up, changed the trajectory of her entire family. Because I don't know how well she was doing on OnlyFans. Like, if you go to her Instagram, it's likes upon likes on those posts. Her OnlyFans has a decent amount of likes, so I'd assume she was doing okay. But this right here, she throw her feet up, never have to work again in her life.
God damn it!
And I'll be fully transparent with you. I have no business being so incredibly infuriated by the situation, but I can't help myself. Knowing how many athletes and public figures find themselves in this situation because you're just so incredibly undisciplined and you're not wise enough to learn from the other men who have suffered and unfortunately found themselves shelling out all kinds of bread of this incredible magnitude.
I don't even know why he was like keeping it a secret, bro. If you know what I mean? Bro, you're one, bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro, you're rich. So it's like, nigga, who really cares about, nigga, what you gonna say to me, nigga? I got paid. And then two, it's like, bro, you a grown ass man, bro. If you hitting that little white woman, bro, it is what it is, bro.
Shakedown situation. Because remember, in the midst of her lawsuit, she never went to the police prior.
Cause then if he wasn't haunted, she would have been like publicly like, okay, I'm with you at this time. You can't say it's not, you know what I mean? Like, yeah.
There was no reports that was filed. You would have never known where any of this came from. She recognized, oh, hold on. Shannon was telling me intimate information regarding, the money that he possibly made from the podcast. We were together for 2 years. It's like as if she was plotting and planning. I don't want to say she's some sort of mastermind, if you will, from when she spotted Shannon in the gym. But let's call it what it is. How many of these harlots you've seen on social media
definitely plotting,
understand how to play the game? Fucking Drea got a kid that's 20 by a dude who's the same age as her son. Like, how don't you find yourself in a situation where these harlots is clearly taking advantage of you and you don't got nobody in your camp who's able to say, hey, bro, hold on, wait, whoa, what's going on over here? I don't think that's gonna be a good idea. Like, that's insane to me. This entire relationship, from the very beginning, it was all about the dollars for her. And for whatever reason, even if he was cool with that, how don't you have the foresight to recognize this is a possibility that could end up happening? This is a conclusion that you may find yourself in. And albeit, I would hope that Shannon's able to go and secure that 9-figure deal, that multi 8-figure deal, because bro. He's got sensational, entertaining content with Shay Media. Nightcap truly might be one of the most entertaining sports podcasts, if not the most entertaining sports podcast out there. Right?
Gil's Arena. Nightcap probably got it. Gil's Arena, Nightcap. And Teague shit, Jeff Teague shit.
You got Jeff Teague's podcast, Gil's Arena, they doing great stuff. Number of the Kelseys with new hype, but Ocho and Shannon on Nightcap, hilarious, crazy, hilarious. Shay Media with Club Shay with that podcast, incredible amount of views, tens of millions. Every single podcast episode is like damn near over 1 million, whatever the case is. He's doing sensational things, and you losing out on millions of dollars because you had to go and deal with like what we doing, bro. Why?
Oh, that's not how the game is played. You can't do that.
Truly, I just wanted to close the door on the case, pretty much update you guys on what transpired, give you my thoughts and my prediction on how much it was.
Money, bro, you should not be moving that sloppy is all I'm saying, bro.
That she probably received, and as to why it was that Shannon went and settled. But the longer that I think about it and I talk about it, the more frustrated and disappointed that I get. Because truly, like I said prior, it makes no sense that you still have dudes finding themselves in this situation after 20 years of having access to social media where it was able to go and reach globally around the entire world. And decades upon decades of dudes who have fallen by way of these succubuses who show up. Is it just succubus or succubus? Somebody let me know. I think it's only succubi. I don't know. So, but whatever the case is, you've had these harlots fleece dude for generations, and for whatever reason, they keep falling victim to it. And don't get me wrong,
it's the first time it happened, bro. It's no way ain't see this happen before and be like, damn, bro, couldn't be me. Yet.
Lust has taken down David. Lust has taken down Samson. Bro. Lust has taken down Solomon. But whatever the case may be, right? It's still crazy to me that you find yourself in this situation, especially when you have the resources to be in a situation where this doesn't happen. Because really, 20, 30, 40, potentially 50 million, I don't think the 50, but still, all of these being shelled out to this harlot and then ultimately, paying for lawyer fees or whatever, it's cheaper to, I don't even want to say it, but you know what I'm saying. It's cheaper if he went, so how do you find yourself falling victim to this? It just don't make sense to me. It just don't make sense to me. And I would hope moving forward, he's able to go and get that deal. He's able to no longer associate himself with these particular types of harlots. I ain't saying you can't have the kind of coital affairs that it is that you're looking for. You want to go and enact on your kinks, that's all well and good. But please vet the individuals that you're dealing with, because there are people who are watching you solely to get what you have, and they're going to do everything in their power to do so. Whether you're on this great multi-billion-dollar scale that all of these other athletes and public figures just so happen to be at, or you're a regular blue, white-collar worker, it don't matter what you got. If there's somebody who want to take what you got and they plotting to take what you got, they gonna do everything they can to get it. And if you dumb and you're not smart enough to identify that, you too will be a victim. And I'm not gonna sit here and say Shannon's a straight up victim, because he contributed to this as well. There's gotta be a level of accountability on his part as well. But it's frustrating to see. It really is, especially given all of the history and numerous different people that we've seen get taken down prior, and then you end up seeing somebody fall victim to it again. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Cat Williams, again, whatever he was able to see in the midst of that podcast where he said, hey, things are going to start to unfold for you post the release of this show. And lo and behold, here we are a year and a half later, and Shannon is down anywhere between $20 to $40 million because you just decided I wanted to go find a white girl to turn into my doggone slave. Man.
If you sign up for their program, you get a light-skinned, weird-faced wife that never do an interview. Listen, in 20 years, won't do an interview. Nobody's ever talked to her, and she's never been interviewed anywhere. How they all end up with that? That's part of what you get.
Hey, bro. Unc's fraud, bro.